that does bring us into chapter 23, which is a moving labyrinth. So Bayou, on the way back, starts repeating her own pillar phrases, and Volke gets a little weak in the knees, a little giddy. He's super excited.
And then he comes in immediately. He's like, optimism. Without it, we lose ourselves to misery. Just has to like jump in there with a pillar.
Yes, it is. She's never seen the pillar, but she is very excited to learn that Volke also has the same phrases, also really appreciates her guidance that she lives by. When they get back to the ship, Karna is waiting for them and is pretty eager to talk to them. She takes them into one of the officers' quarters, and there's a bunch of maps laid out on the table. And Vethika's really deduced that nobody's gotten to the center of the labyrinth because nobody has even been able to make it to the center of the labyrinth, which is why nobody's bonded with the Khepera. And part of that is because the labyrinth actually moves throughout the day. So in order to get to the Khepera, you have to make it through the labyrinth at a certain time. And the guidance on what time that is has essentially been changed. Thiessen has a different map that would really have you end up in a different end room. So what they're thinking is that Thiessen has almost altered the original map. People are going to the wrong location at the wrong time, and that he's able to essentially get to the Khepera whenever he needs to. So someone went in, probably at his building, to really change the maze and prevent any new bondings with the Khepera.
Props to Shammy.
Major props.
How much thought went into not only just, okay, the labyrinth moves, but then it moves because there's the river and it's controlled by the river, and that's how it moves, like a giant water wheel. There's a meme that she put out not too long ago that was basically that, like, author type A going through the physics and looking up all these things, and then author B is just magic.
Yeah, and I agree. To think through the different ways that the labyrinth would work, the timing of it, how it would, last over decades and still be there. It's a lot of thought and energy into something that, you could take the easy route and just say it was magic, but it really adds a lot of complexity to the story. So the new path based on Thiessen's map says that in 3 weeks, they should be able to go through the labyrinth. So Adelgis is worried that they're not going to be able to find his father, and they should really go to the Khepera because they know that they'll be able to get there, and that could be the best chance that they have at curing the plague. The plan that they're going to use, so Devlin is going to create a hurricane aura. So the rock aura essentially is going to cause a giant sandstorm, and they've actually used this in the past to distract the guards. The guards worry about rushing everybody inside, and buys them a little time to essentially sneak into the labyrinth. Karna wants Volke, Fane, Adelgis, everyone to come along as well, just in case they need a little bit of extra help going through this. But the plan is for Vethika to tackle it on her own first.
This is straight turning to Ocean's 11 here.
It very much is. They've got the distraction going. They're going to have a getaway driver at the end.
Right, and with this being the middle of the book, I believe we're actually going to be taking a break from the book this week. Next week, we are going to have our sit down with John Stovall, who is Shammy's husband, and being an author himself as well. So definitely looking forward to that interview. And then the week following, we'll be right back into 26 through 30 of Plague Arcanus. We're actually already halfway through this book, believe it or not.
Moving along.
And we thank you so much. See you next week.
Eric, Scott, and I want to thank everyone for listening today. We post a new episode every Wednesday morning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 8 Pacific Standard Time. We are on all podcasting platforms and are also on YouTube as well for video. After the additional episode airs, we post chapter-by-chapter videos every day in a smaller, easier-to-digest format. We do want to give a special shout-out to the final member of our team, Dan Mackison, one of the admins for the Frith Chronicles Wiki, link listed below, and doing his best to keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. If you want to reach out to us, you can email us at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or any other social media by searching for Frith Guild Podcast. Just to remind everybody, we have links to everything in the description below on both the podcast and YouTube. Scott, do you have anything else you want to add this week?
Nope, getting ready for this labyrinth.
Woo!